Hey, it's Daily Profit Dave. If you haven't seen me before, I'm a passive income investor and I love sharing my passive income investments with others. So hopefully everyone can grow their money together. And this is an updated overview video for the Community Funding Circle. My last one was kind of long and a little bit dramatic. So this one is just straight to the point, get to the meat of it, and sharing my experience with it so far. It's been a great program if you have people on your team. So I want to give you exactly what it is, how it works, and the advantages of it and the potential of it. It is absolutely incredible. This project is like anything I've ever seen before. And with just a couple of people on your team, you can make an incredible amount of money. So let me get into exactly what it is, how it works, and how much money you can make. Let's talk about the most important part, and that's how much money can you make? Now, there's currently only a $10 circle available, but there will soon be a $100 circle available, and then eventually later this year, there should be a $1,000 circle available. Now, the same rules apply to all the different circles, no matter what it is. So, with the $10 circle or any of the circles, if you have 0 people on your team or 1 person on your team, it is break even. You will not make any profit. You'll just be spinning your wheels, breaking even. That doesn't really help you, right? So, to make this work, you need to get at least 2 people on your team. So with 2 people on your team, you get $10 per day with a $10 circle, or that works out to about $300 a month, right? With 3 people on your team, that's $20 per day or $600 a month. 4 people on your team, that is $30 a day, $900 a month. Not bad money, right? And this is just really the training circle. The other ones are where the real money is going to come. But if you were to get more than 4 people, it would create a new team. So you can only have 4 people per team. So every time you fill up a team of 4, it creates a new team. So you can have as many teams as you want, but I'll get into the exact details about how all that works. But the most important part is get trained on the $10 circle, earn some money, and get ready for the $100 circle, because that's when you can start to earn some serious money. Let's get into that circle. Now we're going to talk about the $100 circle, and this should be coming out sometime in the next month or two. And it's literally the exact same as the $10 circle. You just add a 0 to everything. So the same rules apply. With 0 people or 1 person below you, it's break even. But with 2 people, you get $100 per day or $3,000 per month. 3 people is $200 per day or $6,000 per month, and 4 people is $300 per day or $9,000 per month. So you can see how quickly you can earn a lot of money with this. So it's very important that you get in on the $10 circle now, train, get your people invited in, get them training, and then you can start building your team and help them build their team. So this can get absolutely astronomical. So you can see where this is going. Let's talk about the $1,000 circle and just see how ridiculous that can get. The $1,000 circle should be coming out sometime towards the end of this year, but you can just add another 0 to everything and you can get this absolutely incredible amount of money. So same rules, 1 person or 0 people, it's break even. But with 2 people on your team, that's $1,000 per day. That equals $30,000 a month. 3 people on your team, $2,000 per day, $60,000 per month. 4 people on your team, $3,000 per day or $90,000 per month. So if you're earning $90,000 per month for every month for a year times 12, that equals over $1 million. And this is just one team. You can have more than one team. You can have as many teams as you want. So this can get absolutely incredible, and you can earn the money to get into the $100 circle with the $10 circle, and you can earn the money to get into the $1,000 circle with the $100 circle. So what you need to do is take this very seriously, find some people that you think can be on your team, show them this video, show them how much money you can make, and it's super, super easy. So take this very seriously, talk to some people, get them ready to get on your team, and let's do this. Now let's get into exactly how this program works and all the rules and little details. With the potential to make so much money from this project, you would think it would take a lot of money to start, but it doesn't. That's the crazy part. It's only $200 to start, and you can take that $200 and grow it and grow it and grow it, and eventually possibly make literally $1 million a year. So how many times in your life have you thought, hey, maybe if I invest $200 into this and put in just a little bit of work each day, that can turn into $1 million a year? Well, this is one of those times. I bet that's never happened to you before in your entire life. Maybe if you would have put $200 into Bitcoin when it first came out, but we all missed that ship, right? You can't go back in time, but you can act now. You can take part in this. This is life-changing if you give it a chance and you put in effort. It is incredible. I hope you can see that. Now, this is a crypto project, so you do not need to have crypto experience. It does help to have it just to kind of get started faster, but don't worry if you don't have any crypto experience, it doesn't matter. We have lots of instructions, lots of help. We have people that can onboard you. We have tutorial videos. We have slideshows. We have a lot of resources to help you get started. I know it can seem intimidating if you don't have any crypto experience, but trust me, it's very simple. Anyone can do it, and we can help you get started. One of the things that make this project so amazing, it is completely decentralized. You use your own private wallet, typically through MetaMask, but you can use other ones too. And the money goes directly from other people's wallets into your wallets. It never goes into a central pool of money. So there's no chance of a rug pull. It's completely secure. It's an amazing design. It is absolutely incredible. There's no chance of a rug pull. How many times have you been into a project where you think you're going to make all this money and then boom, someone just steals all the money? They can't steal all the money because it's going directly into your wallet with your private keys. It cannot happen. So it's completely decentralized. It's very unique. There's never been anything like this. So now let's get into a little more details about exactly how the whole system works. Now, let me talk about my own experience with Community Funding Circle. So, I've been in it for exactly 28 days now, and you can see exactly how much money I've sent and how much money I've received. So, it's $10 today times 28 days. That equals $280 that I've sent out, and I've received 900. So, I am net positive 620 bucks so far in a month. So, if I would have had a full team members, I would be all the way up to close to $900 in profit for the month. So, it took me a little bit to get those team members lined up, but I love it so far. It's working exactly the way it was supposed to be working. You can keep track of every transaction. Every payment goes from my team members right into my wallet. There's no intermediary. There's no central pool of money that could rug pull and steal everybody's money. It's an awesome, safe program. It's so cool. I think you're going to love it. So let me now get into the details for exactly how it works. Let's talk about the mechanics of how the community funding circle works. Now, like I said earlier, if you have 0 people on your team or 1 person on your team, it ends up being break even. But there are some differences. So if you have 0 people on your team, you're getting paid back from the community funding circle and not from a person. So let me show you how this works. If the person that invites you in, your sponsor, if they are qualified, when you make your daily check-in payment, your $10 payment will go directly from your wallet to that sponsor's wallet. Just like if you're qualified, the people under you on your team, when they make their payments, their $10 will go directly from their wallets to your wallet. So if you are getting paid from the community funding circle, every time you make a payment, you will get paid back that money. But basically, you just get in line to get paid. So it just depends on how many payments are going into the community funding circle for how long it takes to get paid by it. And that can take several days to get that paid back on that. Eventually, you will break even on every payment you make, but you don't want to have to rely on that. You want people on your team so that way you get paid immediately right away. So if you only have 1 person on your team, technically you're not qualified yet. You need 2 people on your team to be qualified. So in that situation, technically you're still getting paid by the community funding circle and not by that person, because you have to be qualified to get the immediate payments from the people below you right into your wallet. That's very important. You need 2 people at least to make it work. You want to get as many as you can, but you need at least 2. Now let's see what it looks like when you have at least 2 people on your team and you're doing it right and you're totally qualified. So you're going to make a $10 check-in payment once per day. That's going to go up to your sponsor if he's qualified. If it's not, it goes into the community funding circle. But if you're qualified, now you have the 2 people under you, so that helps you get qualified. So they're going to be making their $10 payments each day. That's going to go directly from their wallet to your wallet. So you have $10 going out and $20 coming in. Therefore, that is a net $10 profit per day. And this is only with 2 people. So with an extra person, you just add another $10 and another $10. So let's see what it looks like with 3 or 4 people on your team. This is what it looks like when you have 3 people under you. So you'll be having $30 coming in and then $10 coming out each day. That's how you end up with a net $20 profit per day. But also, it helps you stay qualified because you need at least 2 people on your team under you that have made at least 3 daily check-in payments 3 days in a row for you to stay qualified. So what happens if one of them forgets and misses their daily payment? You still have 2 more to keep you qualified. That's why it's even better to have 4, so you make more money and it helps you stay qualified even easier. This is what it looks like when you have 4 people on your team. So you have $40 coming into your wallet each day and then $10 going out when you're doing that daily check-in payment. So this is awesome because you're making the maximum profit per team. You can't have more than 1 team. You could have as many teams as you want. So you just multiply the profits by that number of teams and that many people. But it's also very helpful to have 4 people on your team because you need at least 2 people on your team to have made 3 daily payments 3 days in a row for you to stay qualified. So even if the other people on your team screw up and they're only making 1 payment every once in a while, as long as you're qualified and they're on your team, their payments are going directly from their wallet to your wallet. So it helps you stay qualified to have at least 2 people on your team, but you want as many as you can. So it just helps you out if they screw up and miss a day. It's awesome to have a lot of people on your team. It's more money and it keeps you safe. Now let's talk about the community funding circle and when your payments go to the circle and when it goes to the person above you. So I said this before, if the person above you, the sponsor that brought you in, if he's qualified, your payments go directly from your wallet to their wallet. But what happens if they screw up and become unqualified? They miss their daily check-in payment. So instead of your payments going to them, your payments will go into the community funding circle and they'll pay whoever's been waiting the longest. But let's say what happens if you're not qualified? If you're not qualified, instead of getting paid from the people below you, you're getting paid from the circle. So whenever you make a payment, your wallet basically gets in line in the community funding circle. So it just depends how many people are paying into the circle for how long it takes to get paid. There is something else that actually fuels people getting paid in the community funding circle. And this is part of what makes this program so special. There's an extra engine sucking money out of the crypto market and paying it to the people in the circle waiting to get payments. And that is something very special I call CoinX. CoinX is not the actual real name of the coin. I'm not going to tell you what the name is because I want to protect it. It has a very small circulating supply, so the price is very easily manipulated. People could just buy some and then wait for it to go up and then dump and then crash the price. We don't want that. We want people to buy it and use it for the circle because it helps fuel the circle. It helps pay people waiting in the circle. And also it's used for a couple other things. It's also used to pay a monthly fee. So whatever the cost of the circle is, the $10 circle, that's the monthly fee. So once a month you have to pay $10. Very reasonable. It'll be the same for the $100 circle. That'll be a $100 fee paid with the CoinX. So on and so forth for the $1,000 circle. So that's the second use for this coin. And there's one other use for this coin too. So let me get into what that is right now. You can also use CoinX to buy assurance, and assurance equals insurance. And it helps you not lose your qualification if you forget your daily check-in payment. So you can purchase these as many as you want. Whenever you buy them, they'll stay on your account forever until you actually use them. So if you never screw up, you're never going to need them, but you should buy a couple just in case because there's always situations where things come up. Sometimes you're getting down to the deadline and then all of a sudden your internet goes out or your phone battery dies or you get an emergency call or things happen where it causes you to possibly miss your daily check-in payment, and then you don't want to get disqualified and have to do the 3 daily payments to get requalified. So your insurance prevents you from being disqualified. That's really important, especially if you have a full team of 4. So you're going to be losing money for 3 days in a row if you don't have this assurance to protect you. So assurance equals mess up insurance. And let me show you exactly how much it costs. Assurance costs 150% of whatever the circle costs. So the $10 circle costs $15 per assurance you buy. And same thing for the $100 circle is $150 and et cetera, et cetera. So it's very important to have this in case something happens, like emergency happens, your phone dies, you're just somewhere with no cell phone reception, who knows? But if you have 3 or 4 people on your team, then you're getting plus 30 per day, right? Or 20 or 30, and this costs you 15. So you're still going to be net positive even if you screw up and have to use it. So it's very important to have this. I have a couple of them just in case. So I have a full team of 4. I want to make sure I keep getting that daily payments. So I want to make sure I got my insurance. So you don't want to get caught without your insurance. Assurance equals insurance. I've been talking about being qualified, and I pretty much told you everything you need to get qualified, but I want to go over it one more time just to make sure you completely understand what it takes to get qualified and stay qualified. The first thing you're going to need to join is CoinX in your wallet, and you're also going to need a referral link. Now, I don't actually have the referral link in the description of this video or on my website. That's because I want to kind of control the flow of people onto my team. I don't want to have just a bunch of people join. Oh yeah, all of a sudden I have a new team I didn't even know about. So email me. I will get you the referral link. I will make sure I'm prepared for you to join my team. So there's no referral link. Don't freak out. I didn't forget. Just email me. My email is down in the description or on my website, dailyprofitdave.com. I will get you on my team. I'll make sure I know you're coming and we'll be all prepared. And I'll help get you trained too. The second thing you're going to need to get qualified and stay qualified is to make your monthly payment. Now you make your monthly payment with CoinX. So you're going to make your first daily payment, and actually you make your daily payments in USDT. I don't think I've said that yet. So daily payment, and then the second day you'll make your monthly payment, and then you can make your second daily payment. So make sure you don't get that confused. Sometimes it surprises people. They're like, hey, I already made my daily payment on the second day. No, that was actually the monthly payment. Now you have to actually make the daily payment after that on the second day. So be prepared for that. So very important. Number 2 is make that monthly payment. So the first one will happen on your second day, and then it'll happen every month after that, 30 days from that day. The third thing you're going to need to get qualified is to make 3 daily payments. So you make sure you make your daily payments every day. It just takes a second to just check in on your phone. You hit a little button, boom, you make your daily payment. Takes a couple seconds and you're done. Super easy. For the chance to make thousands or hundreds of thousands or millions, I think it's easy. You can just touch your phone once a day. Can you handle that? I think you can handle that. The fourth thing you're going to need is at least two people under you that make three daily payments also. It doesn't actually matter if they're fully qualified or not, if they have people under them. They just have to make their three daily payments, at least two of them on your team, for you to be qualified. So that's why it's important to try to get at least two. You should probably want three or four. You make more money and it gives you a better chance to stay qualified if one of them screws up. So get some people on your team. That way you stay qualified and the money's going directly to your wallet every day instead of having to rely on the community funding circle. So you're just breaking even when that happens and it takes a while to get paid. So you don't want to rely on the circle. You want to rely on people. So get some people with you. Hopefully they're reliable. But hey, there's assurances if they screw up. And if you have three or four, then if one of them screws up, you're still covered. Let's talk about that daily check-in payment and the 24-hour clock. So every time you make your daily check-in payment, you hit the button, boom, it starts a new 24-hour clock from that time you made the payment. But you can't just turn around and make your next daily payment right away after that. You have to wait at least 20 hours after you make that payment before the 4-hour window opens up to make the next day's payment. So for an example, if you were to make your daily payment at 4 p.m., 20 hours later at 12 p.m. the next day, the 4-hour window would open. So you can make your next daily payment anytime during that 4-hour window. But remember, whatever time you make the payment on the next day, that is the time that the new 24-hour clock will start. So the time shifts slightly each day. So there's a phenomenon I call time creep. So let me explain what that is. So time creep happens because every time you make a daily payment, it starts a new 24-hour clock, but it moved up a little bit because if you waited more than 24 hours, you would miss your daily payment and you would become unqualified. So you have to do it a little bit earlier. So your clock ends a little bit earlier the next day. So I like to make my payment 5 minutes before the timer runs out. So that way it only creeps 5 minutes per day. So for example, if you paid at 4 p.m., the 4-hour payment window the next day would open up at 12. So if you were to pay at 3, then that would be like an hour earlier that you'd have to, 24-hour clock would run out the next day. So the payment window would open up 4 hours before that at 11 a.m. So it just depends if you want to try to keep it close to the same time of day or if you want to actually move it earlier. You can't really move it later, so you could like move it earlier several days in a row to kind of get it later at night if you wanted to kind of move it from like the morning to the night. But time creep is a real thing. You have to know like the 24-hour clock starts from whenever you make that payment, so it's going to move a little bit each day. So if you were to do it 5 minutes before it runs out, 5 minutes, it would take you 12 days for it to shift an hour. So be aware of time creep. Your time will change a little bit every day. It's not just going to be in the exact same time every day. One strategy I highly recommend so that you do not miss your daily payments is set alarms. Not just one alarm, I actually set 3 alarms. I set one up 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before, and 15 minutes before. So every time I make my daily payment, I change that one that's from 5 minutes before, I move that one to be the first alarm instead of the last alarm. So every day I'm just like shifting one alarm to earlier, and then it just kind of goes through that cycle every day. So 3 alarms per day, that'll keep you safe most likely. I still have screwed up a couple times. Thank God I got those assurances to save me. I've had some just internet issues. I've had like an emergency call right before I was going to make my payment. Stuff happens, but you'll recover it if you got assurances. And if you have to get requalified, it's not the end of the world. You just make those 3 daily payments and then you're back in. It's not a big deal. What happens if you have a full team of 4 and you use that same referral link to add someone else? Well, there's only 4 spots on a team, so they can't be on that team. So it actually adds you to someone else's team, a random sponsor above you, because below you, there's going to be 4 spots. So that 5th person will end up on a new spot below you on a new team. But do you really want to be assigned to just a random person, a random sponsor above you? That's fine. You're actually helping that person out. That's cool to help someone else out. But who else needs team members? That's right. The people below you need people on their teams below them. So this is my strategy to help them out and help yourself out at the same time. So remember, everyone on the team below you also has 4 spots on their teams that they're trying to fill up. And not everyone is a great recruiter. So whichever person on the team below you needs to help the most, you can actually join their team, but there's a trick to it. You can't just join with the same wallet address. You need to create a new wallet address, a new account. It's very simple in MetaMask or whatever wallet you're using. You just hit a little button, create a new account. It'll be a separate wallet address. And then you can use the referral link from the person below you to join under them. And then you're on their team. So you can see in this example, You joined under person one. They already had one person on their team in this example, so you're the second person on their team. You're helping them get qualified. And then there's still 4 spots under you can fill. So with this new wallet account, you'll get a new referral link, and then you can start inviting people in under that one. So I feel this is much better than just joining some random person's team from using the same referral link. And then, you don't want to spam that referral link out there, and all of a sudden you filled up and you have a whole other team you don't even know about. So that's a problem. You want to make sure you control the flow of people on your teams, and that you control like which team you're on, and help out your teammates. I call this a chain because you're in every other level. So you're like every other link of the chain you can be in. So you can be in like the first, the third, the fifth, the sixth. If you have all these different teams, it's the chain. So you're in every other link of the chain. So I hope you join this team. I hope you join my team, and you can help your teammates out too, so everyone's team wins. If you're looking at the shape of this and you're thinking this looks familiar, this might be what you're thinking.
How is this not a pyramid scheme?
All right, let me explain it again.
It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not even a scheme per se.
I know the shape of it kind of looks like a pyramid at first glance, but trust me, it is not a pyramid. In a pyramid, all the money flows up to the people only at the top, and everyone at the bottom gets screwed. This is not that situation. It is true you do need to bring people in to make it work, but it's more like a chain. So it's just kind of money moving along the chain. So you can be actually a couple different spots in that chain. So you can be your account here and have your team, and then be another spot in the chain below them, and so on and so forth. But it doesn't really work like flowing uphill to one spot. It is for one person to have several teams, but they're just kind of like another spot in the chain, not a pyramid going uphill. So trust Daily Profit Dave. I would not get you involved in a super pyramid scheme. This is not a pyramid scheme. It's a circle. It's right in the name, community funding circle. Trust me. What about if you're a leader and you have a large group of people ready to join with you? So you can have as many teams as you want, but there is only 4 spots per team. Every time you create a new team, you need to be aware that it will create a new daily check-in that you need to do. So it's not a huge deal. It literally just takes you a couple seconds per daily check-in payment. So you can just do them all literally in like a minute. It's not like a huge burden, but just be aware that every team has its own separate check-in. So make sure you're aware of that. But the more teams you have, the more people on your teams, the more money you will make. So if you had 4 full teams, that's 120 per day, 360 per month, 4,300 per year with a $10 circle. And that is just a training circle. So you literally just added 0 for the $100 circle. Let me show you how much that would be. The $100 circle is coming out soon, sometime in the next month or two. So you want to start getting people on your team so you're ready to go, because you can make money like this. So with 4 full teams, that would be $1,200 per day, $3,600 per month, or $432,000 per year. That is pretty good money. And this isn't even the biggest circle yet. Wait till that $1,000 circle comes out. You add a 0 to all these numbers, and oh yeah, it gets crazy. The $1,000 circle is supposed to come out sometime towards the end of the year, and it would be astronomical if you had 4 full teams. So even with one team, it would be astronomical. But if you had 4 full teams, that would be literally $4 million plus per year. Does that sound like a good trade-off for touching your phone a couple times a day? Yeah, 4 times a day, $1 million, $1 million, $1 million, $1 million. Yeah, it's not going to happen in one day, obviously. That's doing it every day for a full year if you had 4 full teams in the $1,000 circle, but I think it's worth it. I think you can handle it. So are you ready to get started? I hope so, because now I think you can see the potential of this. It is revolutionary. It is life-changing. It can help so many people. So talk to some people, and let me show you what I want you to do. After you sign up, I want you to do something called the 24-hour challenge. So in your first 24 hours after you sign up, I want you to go out and get 2 people on your team the very first day. That way you don't have to worry about getting qualified, because you'll have the 2 people you need to stay qualified. And then don't stop there. You can keep going if you want, but try to get at least 2 people in your first day if you can. It's not always easy to get people to do it. So show them this video, show them how much money they can make, show them how easy it is, and they should be able to sign up if they can see it. If they can't see it, some people just can't see the light. If they don't want to make thousands, possibly millions of dollars, you can't help them. But if they're smart and they watch this video and they realize the potential of this, they will want to join you. They will want to be on your team. So show them this video, try to get 2 in your first 24 hours. And I have another challenge for you too. So my second challenge is the 7-day challenge. I want you to get 2 more people in the first 7 days, and that way you'll fill up your whole first team. And that is much safer than just having two people, because what happens if one of them screws up and misses their daily check-in payment? Then you're not qualified. You're not getting those payments immediately. Then you're waiting for the payments from the circle, which can take several days, which kind of sucks. You want to get the payments from real people that's instant. I love it. If you have 3 or 4, then you have more safety, because if one screws up, you have the other 2 or 3 to keep you safe and keep you qualified. So you definitely want to get your first 4 in your first week, and they will thank you because it's such an awesome program. And then they can invite some people in, and you can all just help build each other's teams up. It's going to be awesome. Everyone can make a ton of money, and you'll be ready to go for when the $100 circle comes out, and everyone will be loving you. Trust me, they will love you. Show them this video, and they will thank you so much for inviting them in to your circle. That wraps up this video. I hope you can see the potential of the Community Funding Circle. It is an amazing program. It is nothing like it. It is revolutionary. It is safe, and it is up to you how good you do. It's all up to you. You can't just join and then do nothing, because you won't earn anything. It does take a little bit of work. You have to do your daily check-in payment, and you have to bring in some people with you. So life takes work if you want to be successful. You have to talk to people. You have to get them on your team. You have to support them, make sure they are comfortable, know what they're doing, understand everything. So it takes a little bit of work, but the reward is potentially astronomical. I hope you can see it. So if you like this video, please give me a like. That helps me out a lot. Please subscribe to my channel. I have lots of different videos on other projects too that are awesome. So check out my website, dailyprofitdave.com. I have all the information on